it's such an inspiration to work with an actor like Michael, because
You said recently that working on Terrence Malick's Night of Cups was the single most fun day you've ever had. Why?
It was completely insane. So
There are directors who speak constantly, press tours, commentary tracks, Twitter manifestos explaining every frame. Then there is Terrence Malick, silent as a monastery. Mysterious as prayer itself. The man who translated Heidegger into English and then disappeared into cinema like light disappearing into water. For decades, he gave almost no interviews, no explanations, just films that feel like remembered dreams, films that breathe.
You get something twisted out of your insides by all this blood, filth, and noise.
When Malick does reveal his influences, he doesn't point to actors as personalities. He points to presences, to faces that become landscapes, to performances that transcend performance itself. He once said actors don't need rehearsal because your whole life has prepared you for this moment. He cast by temperament, not resume, seeing humility in one face, tough humanism in another. This list isn't about stars, it's about souls captured on celluloid, about the actors who taught him that cinema could be something other than storytelling, that it could be seeing itself. Let's discover the 10 actors who shaped the vision of cinema's most elusive poet. 10. Warren Beatty Malick didn't just admire Beatty.
It's right in the middle of the USA.
He studied him through his mentor's lens. Arthur Penn directed Beatty in both Bonnie and Clyde and Mickey 1. That second film became one of Malick's obsessions. Mickey 1 is a paranoid neo-noir where Beatty plays a comedian fleeing the mob. Malick called it well-directed, praised how Penn and Beatty captured urban American paranoia and cynicism. You can see Beatty's restless energy echoing through Badlands, that same wounded masculinity Martin Sheen would channel. Beatty understood how to play men who are performers even to themselves. Men who wear their identities like ill-fitting suits. When Malick writes about outlaws, he's writing about actors. People who construct themselves for an audience they'll never truly reach. Beatty showed him that the gap between who we are and who we pretend to be is where cinema lives. That's number 10. 9. Henry Fonda Malick named The Lady Eve as one of his 5 all-time favorite films.
Like you just as much as ever. There's a good boy.
Henry Fonda plays the lead, a wealthy snake expert who falls for Barbara Stanwyck's con artist. Preston Sturges directed this screwball masterpiece. Fonda brings something Malick clearly treasures: innocence weaponized against itself. The American everyman archetype, but with cracks showing. Fonda specialized in playing decent men navigating indecent worlds. That tension fascinated Malick. You see it in his own protagonists. Good men facing nature's violence, civilization's rot. Fonda's performance in The Lady Eve shows how vulnerability can be funnier and more devastating than any tough guy posturing. He gets humiliated repeatedly and somehow becomes more human with each pratfall. Malick learned from this, that stripping away dignity doesn't destroy character, it reveals it. Lady Eve taught him that comedy and philosophy share the same root: human foolishness, human grace. 8. Barbara Stanwyck. The other half of The Lady Eve. Stanwyck plays John.
Oh, you mean Dr. Stanton?
Yes, Dr. Stanton. Don't you call him Tony yet?
No, not yet.
The con artist who actually falls for her mark. Malick has returned to this film throughout his life, screening it at museums, calling it essential cinema. Stanwyck embodies something central to Malick's universe: the way love rewrites our scripts. Jean enters with a plan, leaves with a heart she didn't know she had. Stanwyck plays this transformation without sentiment. She's tough and tender simultaneously. Her voice has gravel and honey. Malick would later cast actresses who could carry that same duality. Sissy Spacek in Badlands, Koryanka Kilcher in The New World. Women who seem both ancient and newborn. Stanwyck taught him that femininity on screen doesn't require softness. It requires truth. That screwball comedy heroine understands something profound. That love is the ultimate improvisation. The one performance we can't rehearse. 7. Montgomery Clift. Silent influence speaks loudest sometimes.
Yeah, that's it. I don't like that nickname. You want to see me about something?
Malick never worked with Clift. Couldn't have. Clift died in 1966 before Malick made his first feature. But method actors from the 50s shaped everything. Clift specialized in playing with beautiful wounded animals. Men whose sensitivity made them vulnerable in a world that demands hardness. A Place in the Sun, From Here to Eternity, Red River. Clift brought interior life to the surface without breaking the surface. That fascinated Malick. How do you show consciousness without dialogue? How do you make thinking visible? Clift's face did this. Every doubt registered, every longing. When Malick cast Jim Caviezel in The Thin Red Line, he saw that same quality, a kind of humility, an openness to being wounded. Clift proved that masculine beauty on film could be fragile, that strength and brokenness aren't opposites. They're the same material photographed from different angles. 6. James Dean. Dean only made 3 films, died at 24.
I know one thing. I'm not going back in that zoo.
I'm never going back.
Left behind a mythology built from fragments. Malick understands mythology built from fragments. That's his entire method. Dean in East of Eden and Rebel Without a Cause showed how adolescence is a state of philosophical crisis, how young men rage against the scripts handed to them by fathers, by society, by time itself. Dean's performance style was pure instinct, unpredictable, dangerous. Actors who worked with him said you never knew what he'd do next. Malick would later create that same environment, throwing away scripts, letting actors search for moments. Dean taught a generation that naturalism on screen means controlled chaos, that the best performances feel accidental even when they're not. When Malick films actors wandering through fields whispering voiceovers, he's channeling Dean's spirit, that yearning for something just beyond the frame, beyond language itself. 5. Martin Sheen. Sheen called Malick a deeply spiritual, bright, articulate man.
I need your support. I need your expertise. I need your input. And most importantly,
who had a profound influence on me. Badlands made them both. Sheen was relatively unknown when Malick cast him as Kit Carruthers, the James Dean-obsessed garbage collector who becomes a spree killer. Malick needed someone who could play emptiness without indicating emptiness. Sheen understood that Kit is performing masculinity from movie posters and magazine advertisements. There's nothing inside him except borrowed poses. Sheen plays this with terrifying flatness. No psychology, just surfaces. When Kit stands Christ-like with a rifle behind his head, Sheen becomes an icon of American violence, beautiful and hollow. Years later, Malick brought Sheen back for The Thin Red Line, not to act, to read stage directions at a table reading with Kevin Costner and other stars. Even in that small role, Sheen's presence mattered. He represented Malick's origin point, the actor who trusted him when he was nobody, who believed that Badlands could be something other than a cheap Bonnie and Clyde ripoff. Malick never forgets loyalty, never forgets who saw his vision before the vision became visible. Sheen taught him that collaboration begins with faith. 4. Sissy Spacek was in just her second substantial role. When Malick cast her as Holly Sargis in Badlands. She brought that soft Texas accent, that quality of innocence that isn't actually innocent. Holly narrates the film in voiceover, her teenage diary observations juxtaposed against graphic violence. Spacek plays this deadpan, no irony, no winking. She fully inhabits Holly's limited consciousness, her romantic delusions, her inability to process the horror she's witnessing. Spacek later said she was too new to know what she was doing, that she was simply being rather than acting. Malick saw this as perfect. He doesn't want actors who act. He wants people who exist in front of the camera, who breathe and think and let the camera discover them. Spacek's naturalness became the template, the way she moved through those South Dakota Badlands, small figure against vast emptiness. Malick learned from Spacek that voiceover doesn't need to explain. It can contradict, can create distance between what we see and what we hear. Holly's banal observations make Kit's violence more disturbing. Spacek understood that disconnection. It was heartbreaking. She proved that naivete on film is its own form of truth, that young women contain mysteries even they don't understand. 3. Sean Penn. When Penn met Malick, he said, "Give me $1 and tell me where to show up."
What do we got?
This wasn't humility, it was recognition. Penn knew Malick was offering something no other director could. In The Thin Red Line, Penn plays Sergeant Welsh, the pragmatist, the man who's accepted that nature is violent, that there's no grace, only survival. Malick cast Penn because he saw something specific in him, not the raging intensity Penn was famous for, something else, tough humanism, a refusal to lie about darkness. Penn's performance is mostly internal. His voiceovers question everything. What's this war in the heart of nature? He's the film's skeptic, the voice that won't accept easy spiritual answers. Malick needed that. I needed someone to embody doubt. Penn brings weight to every frame he's in, makes you believe he's truly been to hell, truly seen the thing that can't be unseen. Penn later appeared in The Tree of Life, a smaller role, an older Jack O'Brien trying to find peace with his past. Penn understood Malick's evolution, how his films became less about plot and more about consciousness itself. Penn gives Malick permission to go deeper, to trust that actors can carry philosophy in their bodies, that you don't need dialogue to say everything. 2. Jim Caviezel. At his audition for The Thin Red Line, Caviezel brought a rosary and gave it to Malick's wife. Malick saw in Caviezel what he needed for private wit, a kind of humility, an openness to grace. Wit is the film's spiritual center, the soldier who believes in beauty even in war, who sees the divine in nature, in human connection. Caviezel played this without sentimentality. He understood that wit isn't naive. He's chosen to see light. That choice makes him revolutionary. Caviezel credits Malick's casting as the turning point in his career. Before The Thin Red Line, he was unknown. After it, he became an actor directors sought for depth, for stillness. Malick taught him that less is more, that the camera sees thoughts, that preparation isn't about memorizing lines. It's about becoming someone who could think those thoughts. Caviezel spent time alone in the jungle, meditated, opened himself to the environment. This is Malick's method. Make the actor's entire life preparation. Witt's death scene is one of cinema's most transcendent moments. Caviezel plays it as acceptance. In return, when he falls, it feels like he's falling into the cosmos itself. Caviezel showed Malick that spirituality on film doesn't require symbols. It requires presence. Number 2. 1. The silent film actor. Malick's number 1 isn't a person. It's a tradition. At the Rome Film Festival, he screened Ménilmontant, a silent, experimental short from 1926. He expressed his love for silent cinema, said it represented what movies might have become if sound had arrived a decade later. Malick believes cinema is image first. Those faces are landscapes, that bodies moving through space tell stories language cannot. Silent actors understood this. They had no dialogue to hide behind. Only presence, only gestures, only the way light sculpts a face. He adores Murnau, the German expressionist who made City Girl, the primary inspiration for Days of Heaven. He loves the documentary tradition of Flaherty, the way silent cinema could be both fiction and pure observation. When Malick films actors, he's filming them as silent actors. Even with sound, the voiceovers float above the action, disconnected. What matters is the image, the face thinking, the body in nature. Silent cinema taught Malick that movies are phenomenological events, not narratives. We don't understand them. We experience them, surrender to them. Every actor on this list understood some version of that truth, that the camera sees what we cannot say, that presence is performance, that the best acting feels like not acting at all. Malick's actors aren't stars. They're vessels for light, for time, for the mysteries he spends years editing into revelation. If this list surprised you, drop a comment. Hit subscribe for more deep dives into the mind-shaping cinema. And remember, your whole life has prepared you for this moment. Even if that moment is just pressing play.